to the podium, and Adrian will be next after that. We only have about 15 more minutes for speakers, so please try to say what you're going to say very quickly so we can get everyone up there. At the end of that 15 minutes, we will start circulating the petitions, and I'd like everyone, if you're interested in grabbing someone in the crowd and just not physically, but sitting down with them and saying like, hey, let's talk about this, so everyone gets a chance to share their experience. All right, Nate?
I just want to thank everybody for coming out today, supporting a good cause. I don't have much to say besides the fact that I was shot 4 times with rubber bullets, not once, not twice, but 4 times. Sorry. I think once was a deterrent enough, plus the smoke that we were already run through. All 4 shots are on my back, which means I was not posing, I was not facing them. I think what happened was excessive use of brutality. It's I can't even talk. This is unreal. If anybody wants to see the wounds, this is what rubber bullets can do to you.
Thank you, Nate. Adrian? There she is.
Hi, my name is Adrian. I'm from the Pittsburgh G20 Resistance Project. Thanks. I was present for most of the protests. I was also here Thursday during the early evening, Thursday night, Friday during the early evening, and Friday night. I saw pretty much everything that happened. And there are a lot of things that were said by a few people like Michelle and Hannah that I wanted to address. So I'm not going to re-go over those things, but one thing that I'd like to mention is that the police intimidation and repression started long before any rioting occurred. The Seeds of Peace van, which was mentioned before, who wanted to serve free food to people, was raided multiple times. The Landslide Community Farm, which is really scary, I know, was also raided, and people were being rounded up and harassed because they looked like protesters. Thursday night at Pitt, the repression again started before there was any protest. There was a protest in Lawrenceville, but here at Pitt, there were a lot of students over there. They were gathered and were interested in seeing what was going on. Police were using dogs, horses, batons, smoke bombs to try and intimidate them. Later that evening, it had turned into all-out violence against students, protesters, all kinds of other people. But this kind of repression did start before any kind of, again, rioting began. Thursday and Friday night, unprovoked police attacks were not only violent and thuggish, they were racist, sexist, and homophobic. Homophobic language was used against people. Women were told that they looked better on their knees than they did standing up. And people who were not white were given trumped up charges. But these type of things these are not isolated to a Pitt campus. They actually happen every day in Pittsburgh. Police violence in Pittsburgh. Stretches from protesters to children. At one protest, at one time, an older woman was bitten by a police dog on the sidewalk. A woman was restrained on the ground and tased while restrained for a long time. And children and others were pepper sprayed on the sidewalk. On Christmas Eve 2003, 12-year-old Michael Ellerby was shot in the back by police and killed for running away. Police brutality occurs in Pittsburgh every day, and police and authorities are given much more work than any average civilian. When police were killed, they got a parade. Michael Ellerby did not get a parade. Police were noted as fallen heroes, and I'm not going to speak speak to whether their deaths were justified or any of that. What I will say is the real heroes are the protesters, including the anarchists and the students who stood their ground when the police occupied their campus. It's also very important that we do not focus on the police and the authorities that ordered this be held accountable for what they did. While police did participate in some of the actions, the higher-ups are more at fault for what occurred. State repression and capitalism are the causes of the violence you experience, not just the police. The police are only agents of the state, and they do not act on their own. They were given orders from higher-ups. These issues are global. Let's not let this intense police brutality we experience make us forget the issues at hand. The police, the policies of the G20 injure, starve, sicken, and kill people every hour of every day as they also destroy our planet and its inhabitants. The kind of brutality we experience is just a taste of what it's like to live in a country occupied by the military. Protesters in Guinea, Africa are being raped and killed for protesting their government right now. This is not a downplay of our suffering, but to remind us of our part in the larger struggle. Well, while what happened here was awful, it is leading to more people standing up to these types of state violence and brutality. And while they tried to suppress our dissent, they only made it greater.